Hannah Thomas is the former Greens candidate for Grayndler. She was recently attacked by police at a peaceful protest, potentially losing sight in her eye. Now, she's still facing charges and she herself has a case against the police. She can't talk about those legal cases, but she sat down with me to talk about the protest, her injury, and policing in New South Wales.
I am recovering well, not in any pain. I've been at a few rallies. Again, it's good to get out there. Starting to feel more like myself. So yeah, I think I'm doing as well as possible in the circumstances. And the doctor who first saw me said that the shape of the eyeball was like a deflated football, which is like a pretty awful thing to imagine. I've had 2 surgeries. The first one on the night of the incident, which was the emergency surgery, and then I spent, I think, 3 nights in hospital. And then I had a second surgery about 10 days later. Certainly 1 more surgery, but probably 2 more. But it's much better than, I think, the worst case scenario, which was what I was prepared for, which would have been losing the eye entirely. I think I will almost certainly keep the eye now.
What was the protest about?
Yeah, so it was a protest at SEC Plating in Belmore, which is a company that provides plating services for various components for F-35 jets. We know F-35 jets in Israel, the ones that drop massive bombs on refugee tents and hospitals and are responsible for the deaths of countless Palestinians. The police basically tried to move us on straight away, saying we couldn't come back to the suburb for 24 hours, which is just ridiculous. There were people there who lived in the suburb. A male officer punched me in the face. I was dragged forward and tripped to the floor as well, and then dragged away from the big group of protesters and was sat on a wall. And obviously in the course of that male officer punched me in the face, so I was sitting there with my eye swollen shut in complete shock. I certainly wasn't the only person at that protest to experience police violence, and I'm in a privileged position where I can come on camera and be quite public about the injury I sustained, but others for various reasons can't do that.
You've been demonised by politicians like Tony Burke and Chris Minns. I don't know if Chris Minns watches Anti-Cop, but what would you say to him if you could?
So I would say to Chris Minns that what he's doing is dangerous, and the protest laws, the anti-protest laws need to go, and he needs to change the way he speaks about protests.
What should people do to help stop this genocide?
Turn up to the march on Sunday. I think Palestine Action Group rightly are going to go ahead, even despite what Minns and the police are trying to do to shut it down. So come on Sunday and bring along as many people as you can. Obviously keep pressuring the government as well through every means possible, and that's obviously protesting, but also calling and writing to them and keeping the pressure on.